to teach you how to make your wife attracted to you again, even if she swears she's done, by doing the exact opposite of what every marriage expert tells you to do. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you goes against everything you've been taught. But it's what actually works when a woman has emotionally checked out. So let's get into it. All right, let's talk about polarity, because if you don't understand this, nothing else I teach you is going to work. Polarity is magnetic attraction between the masculine and feminine energies. It's the electrical charge that makes you want each other. It's what makes you look at her and feel pulled towards her. Think of it like this. You and your wife are magnets. When your energies aligned, the masculine and feminine, there's this pull, this tension, this spark. That's polarity. But here's what nobody tells you. Love without polarity feels like friendship, feels platonic, or worse, feels obligation. You can love someone and feel zero attraction to them. You can care about them, appreciate them, even respect them. But if there's no polarity, there's no desire. There's no passion. There's just duty. And that's exactly where you are right now, isn't it? She doesn't feel in love anymore because there's no tension, no spark. You became her emotional equal, not her leader. You started trying to out-emotion her, out-talk her, out-nice her. And when that happens, the magnet loses its charge, and it lost its charge. Here's how I like to explain it, okay? Think of an actual magnet, right? If both ends are positive, what happens? They push apart. They repel each other. That's what's happening in your marriage. You've been trying to match her energy. She's emotional, so you got more emotional. She wanted to talk, so you wanted to talk more. She pulled away, so you chased harder. You thought you were being supportive. She thought you were weak. Because the masculine and the feminine, they're supposed to have opposite charges. That's what creates the pull. That's what creates attraction. But when you try to match her, when you become just as emotional, just as reactive, just as soft, you depolarize. That charge dies. And suddenly, you're roommates, business partners, co-parents. But you're not lovers anymore. Without polarity, there is no desire, just duty. She'll stay with you out of obligation, out of logistics, out of fear of what leaving really looks like. But she won't want you. She won't feel pull towards you. She won't look at you the same way she used to. And that's the problem you're trying to solve right now. Let me tell you about a client I worked with. We'll call him Marcus. Marcus runs a multi-million-dollar business, leads about a team of 50, I believe, confident, decisive, a true leader, in and out, respected by everyone he works with. But at home, his wife was ice cold. She hadn't touched him in months, told him she wasn't attracted to him anymore. She said she didn't feel anything when she looked at him. And Marcus, he was doing everything the therapist told him to do. He was just asking her how she felt. He was just validating her emotions. He was giving her space. He was being emotionally available. None of it worked. In fact, it made things worse. She got colder. So I told him, stop trying to be her therapist. Stop matching her energy. Start being a man again. He thought I was crazy, but he trusted the process. So he stopped the emotional check-ins. He stopped asking permission to go to the gym. He stopped apologizing for taking up space in his own home. He started making decisions without her input. Where they eat, what they do on the weekend, how he'd spend his time. He became grounded, unmoved, steady. And within 3 weeks, she started touching his arm when they were talking. She started asking where he was going. She started testing him. And when he didn't flinch, didn't chase, didn't react, she softened. 6 weeks later, they had sex for the first time in 4 months. Not because he begged, not because he tried to convince her, because she actually felt the polarity come back. Marcus is still married today. His wife looks at him the way she did when they were dating, but better. And He didn't need years of therapy or some miracle to make it happen. He just needed to understand polarity and know exactly how to rebuild it. So the question is, how did you lose in the first place? How did a high-performing man like you, a man who leads everywhere else, end up shrinking at home? Let me show you exactly how this happens, not only to you, but especially after you listen to this video, you're going to see this is happening all around you. So now you understand what polarity is. But here's the hard question. How did you lose it? Because here's the thing. You're not a weak man. You lead teams, you close deals, you make tough calls under pressure. People respect you. They listen to you. They follow your lead. But at home, you shrink. And I need you to hear this. You lead everywhere else, but you became small in the one place that matters most. So let me show you exactly how this happened. You stopped being her man and started being her therapist. She'd come to you upset, emotional, overwhelmed. And what did you do? You tried to fix it. You asked hundreds of questions. You validated every feeling. You walked on eggshells, trying to not make it worse, which is actually the worst thing that you can do. That destroys the tribe of trust beyond recognition. You thought that's what a good husband does. You thought that's what emotional support looks like. But here's what she actually needed. A man who can hold space for her emotion without drowning in them. She didn't need you to fix her. She needed you to be steady while she felt what she was feeling. She needed you to be the rock, not another wave crashing around. But instead, you became just as emotional as she was. You matched her energy. You got anxious when she got anxious. You got defensive when she was upset. You panicked when she pulled away. And when that happened, polarity died. Because now there's no difference between you. There's no charge. There's just two people drowning together. You started apologizing for things that didn't require an apology. Going to the gym. Sorry, I know you wanted me home. Working late. Sorry, I should have asked you first. Taking time with your buddies. I'm sorry, I know you're stressed. You apologize for existing. You ruin your word, which is your strongest power in your masculine doing that. For taking up space, for having needs. And every time you did that, you taught her that your presence, your masculine energy, was something to feel guilty about. You shrunk yourself to make her comfortable. And she lost respect for you because of it. Because a woman doesn't want a man who apologizes for being a man. She wants a man who's proud of who he is, flaws and all. A man who takes up space without apology. A man who leads without needing permission. And one of the bigger things that breaks down is you probably ask for permission instead of leading decisions. Something as simple as, where do you want to eat? What do you think we should do this weekend? Are you okay with me doing this? You stopped making decisions. You stopped leading. You started asking her to lead. And then you wondered why she resented you. Here's the truth. She doesn't want to lead. I don't know what is going on in today's day and age where men are trying to, they want the polarity flipped. They want women to start leading them. I genuinely do not understand where that's coming from, right? And if I had to make an educated guess, it's not because you're weak, it's because men have been weakened. And you could just take a look at the past 100 years and go look at that. It's very obvious. She wants to trust that you will lead. Every time you ask her to make a decision that you should have made, you put weight of leadership on her shoulders. And for the feminine, that is exhausting. Because now she has to lead at work, lead with the kids, lead in the marriage. And when she's leading everything, there's no polarity. There's no tension and there is no attraction. Because the feminine wants to relax into the masculine. She wants to trust your decision. She wants to feel like you've got this. But when you keep asking her what to do, she feels like she's mothering you, and that kills all sexual attraction. And you can't be attracted to someone you're mothering. And here's another destructive poison. You chase her approval, and that's how she loses respect. You started living for her mood. When she was happy, you were happy. When she was distant, you panicked. When she was upset, your whole world fell apart. You needed her approval to feel okay. You needed her validation to feel like a man. You needed her attention to feel worthy. And that killed polarity faster than anything else. Because when a woman sees that your mood depends on her, she loses respect for you. She loses trust for you. Because if you can't lead yourself, how the hell are you supposed to lead her? The masculine is supposed to be steady, grounded, unmoved by chaos around him. That's what makes him attractive. That's what makes him safe. But when you become reactive, when you start chasing her approval, you became just another thing she had to manage, just another emotional burden. And that's not attractive. That's exhausting. Now, another point is you try to fix her feelings instead of just holding that space. And every time she was upset, you jumped into fix-it mode. What's wrong? How can I help? What can I do? Just tell me what you need. You thought you were being supportive. You thought you were being a good husband. But here's what she actually heard. Your emotions make me uncomfortable. Please stop feeling them so I can feel okay again. You couldn't just let her feel. You couldn't just hold space. You had to solve it, explain it, rationalize it, make it go away. And that taught her that her emotions weren't safe with you, that she had to manage her feelings to protect yours. So she stopped sharing. She stopped showing up. She shut down. And you wondered why she felt so distant. Look, imagine she's upset. Maybe she had a bad day. Maybe something triggered her. Maybe she's just emotional. Doesn't even matter why. And what did you do? You immediately got into panic mode. What's wrong? Did I do something? Are you okay? Talk to me. Please, just tell me what's wrong. You think that you're being supportive? You think that you're showering her with care? Well, here's what she actually sees. Weakness. She sees a man who can't handle her emotions. A man who's so desperate for her approval that he'll beg her to be okay. A man who can't stand steady when she's in her storm. And that makes her pull away even more. Because what she actually needed in that moment was simple. A man who could just be with her, who didn't need to fix her, who didn't panic, who just held steady while she felt what she needed to feel. That's masculine strength. That's polarity. That's what makes her feel safe. But instead, you matched her chaos. You became emotional too. And now there's no polarity. Just two people spiraling. Now, before you beat yourself up, I need you to hear this. This isn't your fault. No one taught you this. No one sat you down and said, here's how masculine and feminine energies actually work. Here's what she needs from you, what she really needs. There's no high school class. There's no class on this, right? Every therapist told you to communicate more, right? Which is completely wrong because therapy goes off of Rogerian style therapy, Carl Rogers style therapy. I can go into a whole tangent and I might make a video on that. But one of their core testaments is ruthless, relentless, positive reinforcement. And when you couple that with the poisons that are going on in today's society, any little fleeting feeling, they ruthlessly positively reinforce. Every article said to be more emotionally available, but they were teaching you a femme-centric way of being emotionally available. Every friend just said, be nice to her. So you did all that, and it made things worse because that advice is wrong. And now you know, and knowing changes everything. You can't change the past, but you can change what you do next. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop shrinking? Are you ready to stop apologizing for being a man? Are you ready to lead again? Because rebuilding polarity doesn't happen by accident. It's a choice. It's a decision. It's a commitment to showing up differently. And I'm about to show you exactly what that looks like. So let me show you what rebuilding polarity actually looks like. All right, now you know what polarity is. You know how you killed it. Let me show you exactly how to rebuild it. And before we go any further, I need you to understand this. Polarity isn't manipulation. It's not some pickup artist trick. It's not some playing games, because this is an actual adult relationship. Polarity is a masculine leadership rooted in confidence, clarity, and emotional strength. It's about becoming the man you already are at work, but bringing that same grounded energy to home. So let's kind of break this down exactly how to do this. Number one, stop chasing her emotions. First thing you need to do is stop reacting to her coldness. She's distant, don't panic. She's upset, do not try to fix it. She's testing you, don't flinch. When she's emotional, your job isn't to match her energy. Your job is to be the rock that she can crash against without moving you. Think of yourself like a lighthouse. The waves can crash, the storm can rage, but the lighthouse, it doesn't move. It just stays steady. And that's what guides ships home. When you stop chasing her emotions, when you stop trying to manage her mood, and when you stop panicking every time she's upset, that's when she starts to feel safe again. Because she's not testing to see if you'll fix her, she's testing to see if you'll stay grounded. And when you do, the polarity comes back, okay? So let me just kind of give you an example here. She comes home upset. In the past, you would have said, "What's wrong? Are you okay? Did I do something? Talk to me." Now, you stay calm. You give her space. You say, "I can see that you're upset. I'm here if you need me." And then you go do something productive. You don't hover her. You don't chase her. You don't orbit her. You lead yourself first. And that completely shifts the dynamic. Number two is you have to reclaim your masculine presence. You need to take up space in your own home again. Stop asking permission for everything. Stop shrinking yourself to make her to make her more comfortable and you less uncomfortable. Stop apologizing for being a man. Make decisions without asking her. Where you're eating tonight, you decide. What you're doing this weekend, you plan it. Where you're going, whether you're going to the gym or not, or where you go to the gym or not, you just go. Don't ask. You lead. Don't negotiate. Now, this doesn't mean that you become a dictator. It doesn't mean that you ignore her input, but it does mean you stop outsourcing your leadership. You say, "We're doing this. You in?" Not, "What do you want to do?" You say, "I'm going to the gym at 6. Not, "Is it okay if I go to the gym?" You say, "Let's go out Friday night. I've got a plan." Not, "Do you want to do something this weekend?" Do you see the difference? One is leadership. The other is asking mommy for permission. And when you lead without apology, the polarity comes back because she can finally relax into your decision instead of carrying the weight of every decision herself. Remember this, you don't shrink to make her comfortable, you grow. And she either rises with you or she doesn't. But you don't make yourself small anymore. Number three, and this is a huge one, like a lot of guys forget about this, be seductive, not safe, okay? Stop being so damn serious all the time. You've been trying to fix the marriage with heavy conversations, deep talks, emotional check-ins, and all that does is drain the energy out of the room, and it's exhausting for everybody. You feel it. I feel it. Your wife definitely feels it. What you need to do is bring back lightness, playfulness, fun. The feminine is fed through positivity, uplifting, motivation, encouragement, compliments, and fun. When's the last time you teased her? Not in a mean way, but in a flirty way, confident way you used to when you were dating. When's the last time you made her laugh? Not because you were trying to make her happy, but because you were just being yourself. When's the last time you touched her without expecting anything? A hand on her lower back, kiss on her forehead, a playful grab of her waist when she walks by. Physical presence, not words. Stop trying to talk your way back into her heart. You can't logic your way into attraction. You can't negotiate desire, but you can create it through presence, through touch, through confidence in your own value. Be the man who's at ease in his own skin. The man who doesn't need her approval to feel good. The man who brings energy into the room instead of sucking it out. That's seductive. That's magnetic. That brings polarity back. And number 4 is you got to create mystery and tension. Stop being so damn predictable. She knows exactly what you're doing. That's one of the first things I tell private clients. You got to break the patterns. She knows exactly where you're going and what you're going to say. She knows every move before you make it because of all those patterns. And that also kills polarity because there's no tension, there's no curiosity, there's no mystery. So here's what you need to do. Stop oversharing. You don't need to tell her every thought in your head. You don't need to explain every move you make. You don't need to narrate your entire day. Let her wonder. Let her be curious. Let her ask, where are you going? Without you giving her a full report. So stop over-explaining. When she asks you a question, give a simple answer. Don't justify it. Don't defend. Just state it and move on. Her, where are you going? You, out. Her, out where? You, just handling some things. Now, you're not lying. You're not hiding anything, but you're also not laying out your entire life for her approval. You're creating space, mystery, tension. And that tension, that's what brings the polarity back. Let her wonder what you're thinking. You don't need to be an open book. You don't need to share every insecurity, every doubt, every fear, especially because those insecurities, doubts, and fears that the masculine has, the feminine cannot handle them. They are extremely draining on her feminine, on her spirit. You hold some things close to you. You say little. You stay a little mysterious. You let her wonder. And that makes her lean in. That makes her curious. That makes her want to know you again. Number 5 is you lead with action, not words. This is the 5th and final. You show, don't tell. Stop telling her you're changing. Stop promising you'll be different. Stop explaining how committed you are. Just be different. Your actions are the only thing that matters. Not your words, not your promises, not your explanations. Consistent behavior over time. Every day you show up grounded, that's a deposit. Every time you don't react when she tests you, that's a deposit. Every time you lead without asking permission, that's a deposit. And over time, those deposits add up and she starts to notice. Not because you told her to notice, but because she feels it. This is the visible leadership that she can feel, she can track, she's watching. She doesn't need to hear that you're confident. She needs to feel your confidence when you walk into the room. She doesn't need to hear that you're grounded. She needs to feel your steadiness when she's emotional. She doesn't need to hear that you're a leader. She needs to see you leading yourself, your family, and your life. That's what rebuilds polarity. That's what brings back attraction. Think back to when you first started dating your wife. You didn't ask her permission to plan the date. You just planned it and told her to be ready. You didn't apologize for being confident. You just were. You didn't chase her approval. You knew you had value and you acted like it. You led, she followed, and it felt natural, easy, right? That's what she wants again. Not the guy who asks for permission, not the guy who apologizes for existing, not the guy who needs her approval to feel okay. She wants the man who leads, the man who's grounded, the man who's confident in his own value, the man who has polarity. That's the man she's attracted to. And here's the truth. You're still that man. You just forgot how to be him. But now you remember. Now you can lead again. But here's the part most guys miss. You can do everything I just said. You can stop chasing. You can lead. You can be playful. You can create mystery. But if you don't understand why it works, if you don't understand the deeper dynamic at play, you'll give up the moment it gets hard. So let me show you what's really happening when you rebuild polarity. Look, she's testing if you're still that man that she married. I'm done often means prove you're still strong. Women test masculine leadership. It's biological. It's not personal. Her coldness is protection, not proof. She's watching what you do, not what you say. And when you change, her nervous system notices before her mind does. She says she wants space. Most men panic and chase. You give her space, but you fill that space with your own growth. She notices. She always notices. Look, this is hard. Feels counterintuitive, but it works because it's real. All right, now you understand polarity. You know how you killed it. You know how to rebuild it. But here's what I need you to hear. None of this matters if you don't take action. You can watch every video. You can read every book. You can understand every concept. But if you don't actually do something different tonight, nothing changes. So let me give you 3 simple actionable steps that you can take right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Start small, start now, because one action beats 1,000 good intentions. So step 1 is stop over communicating. First thing you're going to do tonight is stop talking so much. No more long texts explaining how you feel. No more emotional dumps. No more trying to have conversation about the state of the marriage. You've been trying to talk your way back into her heart, and it's not working. So here's what you do instead. Keep your responses short and confident. She texts you something, respond simple, clear, concise, precise. Not 5 paragraphs. Her, where are you? I'm out. Be back in an hour. Not, hey babe, just at the gym because I needed to really clear my head after everything that's been going on. I know you wanted me home, but I thought it would be good for me to work out and get my mind right. I kid you not. That's an actual text from a client. I was like, no. So let me know if you need anything. I love you, right? Kid you not. Do you see the difference? One is confident. One was desperate. One creates space. One suffocates. Create space instead of filling it. Stop trying to fill every silence. Stop trying to smooth out every awkward moment. Stop trying to make her feel better all the time. Just let there be space. Let her wonder. Let her sit with her thoughts. Because when you stop over communicating, you stop chasing. And when you stop chasing, she starts to lean in. So tonight's action, if she texts you or talks to you, keep the response 10 words or less. Keep it minimal. Keep it precise and concise. Be calm. Be confident. Be brief. Don't explain. Don't justify. Do not apologize. Just respond and then get back to your life. Step 2 is lead one decision. Second thing that you're going to do tonight is make one decision without asking. I don't care how small it is. Just lead something. Pick dinner without asking. Don't say, what do you want to eat? Say, we're having tacos tonight. I'll grab everything on the way home. Not a question, a statement. Calm, confident, decided. Plan something without permission. Maybe it's taking the kids somewhere this weekend. Maybe it's scheduling a date night. Maybe it's just deciding what you're doing after work. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is what you lead. You decide, you act, you don't ask for approval. Show calm ground and confidence. When you make the decision, don't second guess yourself. Don't ask if she's okay with it. Don't apologize if she pushes back. Just lead. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Stay confident. And if she questions it, say something like, I figured we could use something easy tonight. And then you move on. No justification, no defense, just calm leadership. So tonight's action, pick one thing, anything, and lead it. No asking, no negotiating, just decide and act. And watch how she responds. Step 3, handle one test without reacting. Third that you're going to do tonight is pass one test because she's going to test you. And that's what women do. It's not personal, it's biological. She needs to know if you're still the same man who broke her trust or if you're different now. And the only way that she knows is by testing you, especially catching you off guard. So here's what you do. She's cold, stay warm, but unmoved. She gives you the silent treatment. Don't panic. Don't chase. Don't try to fix it. Just stay calm. Go about your business. Let her process. You can be kind. You can be present. But you don't react. You don't beg. You don't chase. You just stay steady. She's distant. Give space without chasing. She pulls away emotionally. Don't try to force connection. Don't ask what's wrong. Don't try to talk her out of it. Just give her space. Go do something productive. Lead yourself. And when she's ready, she'll come to you. Show her you're steady no matter what. This is a test. Can you stay grounded when she's emotional? Can you hold steady when she's testing you? Can you lead yourself when she's pulling away? If you can, polarity comes back. Attraction comes back. Respect comes back. If you can't, you stay in the same loop you've been in. So tonight actions, the next time that she's tests you, whether it's coldness, distance, or emotional outburst, don't react. Just breathe. Stay calm. Lead yourself. And let her see that you're unmoved. Here's what you need to understand. You don't need a grand gesture. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to fix everything tonight. You just need to do one thing differently. One decision, one response, one test. Because that one action, it creates a ripple. When you stop over communicating, she notices. When you lead one decision, she feels it. When you handle one test without reaction, she sees it. And over time, those ripples turn into waves. Those waves turn into moments. And that moment turns into momentum. Then that momentum, that's what rebuilds polarity. Think of it like this. You're not trying to change everything overnight. You're just trying to change the next thing, the next thing, the next decision, the next test. And when you do that consistently, everything changes. Not because you forced it, but because you let it. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Stop over communicating, keep your responses short, create space, lead one decision, pick something, decide it. Don't ask permission, handle one test, stay calm, don't react, lead yourself. That's it. 3 things. And when you do those 3 things, you're not just changing your behavior, you're rebuilding polarity. You're reclaiming your masculine presence. You're becoming the man she fell in love with. This is just the beginning. But every journey starts with one step. And this is your first step. So take it tonight. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I do all this and she still doesn't respond? What if she's already too far gone? What if it's too late? And I get it. The fear is real. But here's what I need you to understand. The more you try to break up those patterns, the more she's going to try to resist and put you back into the box where she thought, oh, John, he was like this. Why is he doing all this? It's all data. It's all good. Okay? If you think, oh my God, it's too late, it is not. It's data. And when you change those patterns and you lead, you effectively change the equation of your relationship. I say this in the Heroic Husband book. That relationship that's bleeding out, that's leading towards divorce, is A plus B equals C. You are A. So when you change that to X, your wife responds, and that changes the whole equation. But remember, she will test. Now, all right, let's bring it all together, okay? You now understand what polarity is and why it's the single most important thing missing from your marriage right now. You know how you killed it. You became her emotional therapist instead of her man. You apologized for being yourself. And you asked permission instead of leading. And you chased her approval, and she lost respect. But most importantly, you now know how to rebuild it. Stop chasing her emotions. You reclaim your masculine presence. You become seductive instead of safe. You create mystery and tension. You lead with actions, not words. And you start tonight with 3 simple steps. Stop over communicating, short responses, create space, lead one decision, no asking, just decide and act. Handle one test without reacting. You stay calm, stay grounded, stay steady. That's where you begin. This is your starting point. Look, saving your marriage isn't about one conversation or one grand gesture. It's about becoming the kind of man who shows up differently every single day. The man who leads himself, the man who stays grounded when she tests him, the man who creates polarity that brings attraction back. That's the man that she fell in love with, and that's the man she'll want again. So here's the reality. The guys who take action now are the ones who turn this around. The guys who wait, who keep doing the same things, hoping for different results, they don't. Every day you stay stuck in the same pattern is the day the window closes just a little more. So here's what you do. Tonight, take one action. Stop over communicating. Lead one decision. Handle one test without reacting. Tomorrow, do it again. And the next day, and the next. That's how you rebuild polarity, one decision at a time, one action at a time. Now, if you're thinking, I need a proven system, I need someone who's been through this, I've got you. The Heroic Husband Method is a step-by-step system I've used to save my own marriage and help hundreds of men save theirs. So if you want to learn about how it works, there's a link in the description to book a free call with me. We'll talk about where you're at in your marriage right now and what you need to do next and whether this method is right for you. No pressure, no sales pitch, just clarity and direction, just a conversation. But whether you book the call or not, starts tonight. Take action, lead. It's your move. Your wife isn't gone. She's waiting to see if you're still the man she chose. So show her. Stop over communicating. Lead one decision. Handle one test without reacting. That's how you rebuild polarity. That's how you save your marriage. Drop a comment below if this helped. Subscribe for more real talk on leading your marriage. Now go lead. See you in the next video.